this video, I want to share 5 of my top unknown YouTube finger pickers with you. Jim Ferris here, sharing my love of fingerstyle guitar and helping you grow as a player. These are all people who I think need more recognition. I think all of them have fewer than 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, yet they're world-class players in my view. Okay, so let's get to it. The first one is Catfish Stevenson. Catfish is kind of a fixture in the Midwest, in the Madison, Wisconsin area. He's probably one of the most well-known street performers, but he's also toured in the U.S. and Europe, and has played on programs like Prairie Home Companion. So he's been around for a long time. He's been a big influence on a lot of other players coming from that area. People like Todd Cambio, who makes Frolini guitars, and Joel Patterson, who is a great picker from the Madison area. Catfish is kind of a roots blues player. He has been widely associated with a resophonic guitar. He played a dobro with a national style cone in it for a long time for his slide stuff. And is just a great player with good technique, original songs, and a rich baritone voice. The next player is Joel Patterson, who was influenced by Catfish. And Joel is based in Chicago now, originally from the Madison area, and he is a really fantastic player, playing acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and lap steel. And he's played as a soloist, band leader, and session player. The things that I like about him so much was his playing, and just absolute killer tone, and the way that he's able to duplicate a lot of the tones that are on classic recordings. When he plays a Chet Atkins tune, for example, he's got the delay right, the reverb right, all those things that make those classic Chet Atkins recordings so appealing. He's copped all those tones. He's not just a copyist, though. He does his own thing as well. I think he's really worth you checking out and listening to if you're not aware of him. The third player on the list is a guy named Andy Brown, who is another Chicago-based player. He was born in New York State, grew up in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, where he was mentored by people like Cal Collins and Kenny Poole. He's also managed to take lessons from Ted Green, and I'm not really sure who else, but he's been associated with some heavy players. Recording-wise, he's recorded with people like Harold Alden. He's worked as an accompanist for Barbra Streisand, and he's just a super player in that kind of classic jazz guitar tradition. He works as a band leader and as an accompanist and as a solo guitarist. I came across him by looking for solo fingerstyle guitar on Telecaster. He normally plays Gibson Tal Farlow or ES 175, but there is a clip of him playing some stuff on a Tele. And although it's got a different tonality than his hollow body guitars, there's a sureness to his touch and phrasing that I really enjoy very much. We're very lucky, for those of us that are solo guitar enthusiasts, that he videos a weekly gig that he does at the Green Mill in Chicago, where he just plays solo jazz guitar. And those videos especially are really well worth checking out. He's just a wonderful player. The fourth player on our list is Scott Stinton. Scott is also from Wisconsin, growing up in the Madison suburbs, but then relocated to Chicago for a period of time and currently lives in New York City. He's a very inventive person in a lot of different ways. He invented something called the Ergo Touch, which is a computer accessory for people with medical disabilities. And I think that that's been very successful for him. He's carried that inventiveness over to the guitar that he plays. His playing style is primarily tapping on the neck and doing chordal accompaniment on one neck of his double neck guitar and lead lines on the other neck. When I first met him 30 plus years ago when I lived in Madison, he would come into the guitar shop that I worked in with his newest creations. He began with 2 guitars. That was cumbersome, so he began to come up with designs for double neck guitars. And he's had some pretty big builders build one. I know Klein built one for him. And in his hands, they are beautiful communicative instruments. When he showed them to me to check out, I had no idea what to do with them, basically. You could play one neck or the other neck, but to see him play both necks and get such a beautiful sound is really fantastic. Things I like about his playing so much are his harmonic sense. He studied with jazz piano players, so his awareness of harmonies and that sort of thing is expanded a lot more than a lot of other guitarists. And then his ability to access a lot of tones is bigger than most of us that play a guitar with one neck. But he also gets a really great tonality, I think. I'm not a huge fan of the tapping style of playing because I don't like the tone it produces generally. But he gets a great tone. There's quite a bit of video of him available where he's playing on the street. I don't know if he plays clubs or tours or anything. Haven't found any indication of that. I have found a lot of video of him playing in the New York subway stations and in parks around New York City, either solo or sometimes with a drummer and an upright bass player. But it's just all beautiful playing, and you should check him out. The last guy on my top 5 unknown YouTube fingerpickers is a guy named Henry McGuinness. I stumbled across Henry while I was looking on YouTube for Fingerstyle Guitarist. I just came across him and thought, well, I'll check this guy out. And when I did, I was really taken with his playing. From what I can find out, he's from the UK and is mainly a street performer. I found one interview with him in a publication called the ISIS, which is Oxford University student newspaper. It's been in print since the 1890s. So apparently he plays in that area. But he is able to do a good job of taking complex band arrangements and distilling them down into solo guitar arrangements. And to do that, he uses a combination of Travis picking and tapping, artificial harmonics, just all the great fingerstyle guitar techniques. But he blends them all very seamlessly. It doesn't seem awkward to me. Some of his recordings are a little bit rough, but as he says on his YouTube channel, he'll do 1 or 2 takes of something, and if there's some sour notes in it and that sort of thing, he doesn't worry too much because he apparently doesn't have a lot of time to devote to doing them. But I think he's a great player, and he really deserves more recognition. He's one of those guys that's kind of a player's player, I think. So anyway, those are my top 5 unknown YouTube fingerstyle players. If I've missed somebody, and I probably have, why don't you drop their name in the notes below so that we can all check them out, find some other great players. I've got links to all these people that I've talked about to their YouTube channels in the description, so you can go to them and check them out for yourself. If you like what they're doing, hit the like button and subscribe to their channel. I know they can use the love. And if you like what I'm doing on my channel, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. It really helps you YouTube share my videos with other people, and we can bring other people into our wonderful world of fingerstyle guitar. So that's it. Until next time.